Hey my Squidlings, I hope you're having a squidlicious day. Today I'm bringing you another speed paint, and this is not just any speed paint. This one is of a galaxy girl, and I decided to use some negative space to kind of create some interesting shapes. And I did this one for PopCon. Really happy with how it came out. And I say galaxy girl, but actually it's just her hair that's galaxy. I've seen this idea kind of going around and I thought it was really cool and I thought I would try it out. So first off, something different that I don't normally do is I'm showing you guys the sketch process. I thought it would be fun to include a little bit of my sketching process, and if you like the video, that'll let me know that you want to see more videos like this with the sketch process in it. So I want to let you guys know that this is available, both the original and prints are available. I've got a few left from PopCon, and you can check that out by clicking the link on the screen. I would love to see her or any of her prints go to a great home, so please check that out. So now I'm just putting some water down because I originally was going to watercolor this. If you want to know any of the supplies, I will have them all listed in the description below. So I decided to watercolor it, you know, get it all flowing and stuff, and I tweak it too much. So that brings me to my next part. I have a question of the video for you guys. Do you find yourself tweaking things a little too much? I wanted this piece to be really loose and fluid, and I ended up tweaking it so much that I ended up having to go in with gouache to fix it because watercolor was just not working. And I don't know, I find myself trying to fine-tune things when I should just leave well enough alone. So that's probably one big problem I have in my art. So do you guys also fine-tune things? Maybe you can't find yourself getting loose with your art? Let me know in the comments below. So now I'm using a hairdryer because I had decided to do multiple layers. I figured that was maybe my problem, and I go over it with a little thinner of a layer, or by thinner I mean thicker of a layer of paint, a little less water. You can tell it's not flowing near as much, and I figured that was my problem, but it wasn't. It was just the fact that I was too impatient with it, and I wasn't letting myself just kind of have fun. And I'm not gonna lie, this piece was supposed to be a relaxation piece kind of thing, and I ended up getting really frustrated. So you can see I blotted as much of it out as I could with a paper towel because I found it was getting way too dark for my liking. And I think at this point I'm about to put gouache on it, so I'm drying it with that hairdryer, and yes, I'm putting gouache down now. Now the gouache I am currently using is dried in a palette, and if you want very vibrant colors, one thing I would recommend is you use them out of a tube, just because when you use them out of a palette, at least the kind I'm using, they're a little more dull than if you were to use them straight. They're still vibrant, but they dry a little darker because this gouache also has a pretty immense color shift. It shifts pretty dark. So now I got frustrated again, and I decided to just kind of start with a clean slate, kind of, and I'm starting again. Like I said, you can tell how frustrated I was getting with this. All in all, I do end up with a piece that I'm very, very happy with. It did take a long time. I'm not sure how long. I'll have the time spent on this piece in the description below if you want to check that out. So another thing I want to let you guys know is I do have a Patreon if you want to support this channel. It helps getting items for review, and it honestly just helps me keep creating. So if you want to consider pledging to me on Patreon, I'll have a link on the screen. You can pledge as little as $1, and every month for $1 you get line art, and then there are more tiers with more rewards, like physical rewards and commissions and stuff like that. So please check that out. I would really appreciate it. So now I'm going in with more gouache, and eventually I actually whip out my acrylic gouache, and acrylic gouache is a little different. It's basically more like acrylic in that it dries permanent. Regular gouache does not dry permanent. You can wet it and get it to come up kind of like watercolor, but acrylic gouache, which is what I'm using now, does not, and the color shift is a lot less, at least with the kind that I'm using. So I really wanted that pink to be vibrant and stand out, so I decided to do that. Now I finished it off camera, but now I'm using a toothbrush and some white paint and adding some stars, and then I add some bigger ones with my paintbrush. And then I'm going to be using some black acrylic gouache, and I'm going to be covering the whole outside of this. So I was kind of messy with the hair, so I'm now covering it with the black, so it wasn't that big of a deal because I could always fix the edges and make them more sharp. And of course I wanted her body to be the negative space of the picture, so I decided to leave all of that white. And I'm really happy I did. She does have a sister piece that I will be showing you guys within the next few weeks, and that one is titled Nebula. This one is titled Among the Stars, just because I thought it was a fun title. I may make a third sister, quote unquote, in this piece, but I still have not yet. So if I do, it probably won't be for a little while. So anyway, yeah, this part takes a long time. It took me a really long time in real life to paint all of this black, especially because I wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally paint over a feature that I really wanted to keep in the picture, of course. I'm really happy with the nebula colors. I really like pink, and I don't even know, just like the general galaxy. I don't even know if this is necessarily a nebula. But it's just like the pinkies and purples, and I really like the black. I mixed the black with some dark blue, so it wasn't like straight black, except for the black of the background, that is straight black. But anyway, after I get this painted, then I go back over it with some micron pen so you can actually see her inside outlines. However, I don't outline the outside with micron pen, just because I figured the black did enough. Also, I touch up the acrylic gouache in parts that were a little too watered down, and then I outline her whole galaxy hair with a Uniball Signo pen, just because I thought it would help it stand out a little bit more against the black. All in all, really happy with this piece. Again, this was done a few months ago, so definitely not my current style. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my current style is kind of shifting in a different direction. But I wanted to show you this because I'm so happy with her, and I think she's adorable and all that stuff. So anyway, don't forget, if you want a print or the original, you can check out my store. If you want to pledge on Patreon to get extras, you can certainly do that as well. And yeah, if you want to follow me on all of my social media, links are in the description below. And you can follow us here on our cute little squid pod if you haven't already, to keep updated on new videos and stuff. I post at least 4 times a week, and so you don't want to miss those. Anyway, until next time, toodaloo!